technical hitch. Me and nobody else can control my machine, except for me. That is I who did it. Welcome aboard, folks, and that's where the show is going right from the start. Sorry about that, folks. Well, let's get into it. Well, guess who started it? Guess who started it? Young Mr. Nick. He popped in at 2:36 where he was. Welcome aboard, buddy. 2:36 where he is, but he had to stop and check in. Well, mate, you checked in all right, 25 minutes early, and hey, that's cool. You are now 275 trillion Fair Star points, which is not much because the Fair Star points don't mean anything anymore. But hey, welcome aboard. Nice to have you there. And then we've got Joe. Welcome aboard, Joe. Nice to have you here. What's the weather like up in Dubbo? We've had a nice warm day of early to late 20s today, so it was quite nice. Denise, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here on this hump day morning of yours. 3 a.m. in Mississippi. I guess you're still at work and finishing off your shift pretty close to, I hope. We've got Facebook user. That can only be one person I know. That's got to be the great Burjo. Welcome aboard, Burjo. Nice to have you here. And maybe I'll check it out on Facebook to see if it's actually you. But hey, yeah, I'm going to say welcome aboard, Burjo. Nice to have you here, buddy. You're on a cruise right now, I think, or close to a cruise. So jealous. So jealous. G'day, Halfwit. Nice to have you here, buddy. Welcome aboard. What's the weather like in the Australia's 8th island? Sorry, mate. 8th state. Sorry, mate. New Zealand's 3rd island. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. What's the weather like, mate? You been having a good day? Denise is saying g'day to Joe. Joe's saying g'day to Halfwit. Joe's also saying 2 words, bloody hot. What, were you over the 30 degrees, close to the 40s? Halfwit saying g'day to Joe with a good old cheer there. Denise, you can't sleep. Well, you know what? Denise, just listen to my dulcet tones. That should put you to sleep straight away. I'm going to hear you say you could only listen on the replay because you were half asleep. And yes, it is. It's Burjo, the menu researcher. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. Joe, 41 degrees. OMG. It's going to be hot in Dubbo this year. Burjo's saying 44 where he is, so well, that was Saturday. That was Saturday, or that will be Saturday? That was Saturday. Man, that's warm. Well, we had good 33. It turned out to be mid to high 30s on Saturday. It was a warm day, and in actual fact, Sunday was warm too because we were busy working. And whenever you work, it gets hot. Denise says she has to be up at 4, so you're sleep. You woke up early then, right? Is that right? You woke up early, so I'm hoping that it's you woke up early. Joe is saying he was looking at a bloke he follows on his community on their community post. It's going to be 45 in Port Augusta on Friday. Whoa, Port Augusta. Now, Port Augusta, for those who are across the pond don't know, Port Augusta is in a state of ours called South Australia. It is right in the middle of South Australia, and it is nothing but dry there. So I can understand that's going to be really hot. Well, that's going to be, that's pretty warm, Burjo. 44 this coming Saturday. Wow. Well, I think we're going to have a warm day too, I think. It'll be good. Halfwit is saying it's been nice and warm and wet, nothing over 20 for them. Mate, 20 is about just average. Denise, it's bloody cold. From where we sit, like 39 Fahrenheit, folks. For those who don't know, 9 divided by 2, we're looking at roughly 5 degrees. That's like freaking cold. Joe Burjo is in New South Wales. He is just the other side of Newcastle. That's where he comes from, Central Coast. Burjo's saying 60 degrees this morning in South Florida, which is winter weather for us. Yeah, that is. It is winter weather. That's 60 degrees Fahrenheit. 60, take away 30. Take away 30 is 30. 30 divided by 2, 15 degrees. That's cold from our point of view. Joe is saying, however, the temperature will be dropping from 45 on Friday to 21 on Saturday. Yeah, I know. That's 60 Fahrenheit. Okay, Joe is going 32 Fahrenheit is 0. That's correct. So the way that I do my calculations, and it's just a rough calculation for those on our side of the pond or who deal in Fahrenheit, the way I do the calculation is we take our temperature, remove 30 and divide by 2. From their temperature, we multiply it by 2 and then add 30. That'll give us the Fahrenheit. Burjo is saying it was close to 90 degrees 2 days ago, so a 30-degree drop in 2 days. That's pretty substantial. So you were talking Fahrenheit because you're in Florida, aren't you? That's where you are right now. Burjo's on a cruise. What can I say? He's going up to Alaska or close to that area, to where it's frickin' freezing, or come from where it's frickin' freezing to where it's nice and warm. At any rate, are you doing a repositioning, Burjo? Is that coming back home, or are you going to spend Christmas, New Year's in the snow? There we go. Finished the bottle I opened 3 days ago. All right. Tell Burjo I'm so freaking bloody jealous. Yep, Burjo knows. Sorry, Bonnie. Forgive me, Bonnie, but sometimes you talk the same way that Dave Burgess does. And so I get confused between the two of you. Bonnie is in Florida. She lives in South Florida, and has a lot of fun. It's been fairly warm. Well, it's nice to have you on board. It's nice to have everybody on board. The good news, folks, is that there's 19 days to go. 19 days to Christmas. And Christmas, well, for those of you that are across the pond, when you come down under, our Christmases are nice and warm. Barbecues on the beach, you're in your budgie smugglers or bavers, for those of you that are not so educated. It's awesome. It's beautiful. You get to watch. Not only are you barbecuing on the beach, but you're also catching a suntan while those on the northern side are busy freezing their whatchamacallits off. So Joe is apologising to Bonnie. He's also saying, "Don't bloody remind me. I have to get another 9-kilogram gas bottle for my Weber." Mate, I know what you're going to be doing. You're going to be chucking shrimp on the prawns on the barbie. You'll be chucking some roux steaks, some good old beef steaks, some snags. You know what I've also taken to doing? Not only am I barbecuing, say, beef and whatever, I'm also chucking on veggies. So I'll do an eggplant, and I'll also do some zucchini, and I'll do some onions, and do a whole mix of veggies as well on the barbie. And I'll tell you what, it comes out really scrumptious, really scrumptious. Bonnie is saying 52 days till your next cruise, Carnival Valor. Man, I know you got over the first cruise with Jimmy. You got over that cruise real quick because you got over it before you actually got off, because you started counting down to the one on the Valor. I know you're going to have an absolute ball on the Valor. Hang on, 52 days. We've got 19 to Christmas and 25 to New Year. So you're going to be in the New Year. Well, that'll be an exciting cruise. Bonnie saying Florida Christmas means palm trees strung with Christmas lights and lots of people at the beach too. Oh, yeah. And Denise, you've got it right. Christmas in summer sounds amazing. It is amazing. You know what? This is something I don't get about the Southern Hemisphere. A lot of them, what they'll do is they'll use fake snow on the ground. I mean, seriously, it's hot. You're walking around with virtually no clothes on, and you've got snow on the ground. I mean, seriously, come on, give me a break. Joe is saying he'll be cooking all their roast meat, pork, chicken, and turkey on the Weber. Mate, I could come up there for Chrissy. I'll tell you what. Sounds like you're having an absolute feast. On the Weber, that's correct. Denise, it doesn't feel amazing. No, sometimes it does get quite warm. But yes, Joe, Denise is bone-tired travellers. Haven't met hubby yet, or I may have met hubby, but can't remember his name. Denise is saying hot. I'll take the cold and a fireplace. Well, you know what? You can't sit outside when it's cold and in the fireplace, right? That's correct. Bone-tired is Denise. January the 27th is the cruise, so that's going to be all amazing. I've already corrected Sean, Denise. Yes, you're right. You have already corrected me. 2 days until Hanukkah. That's true. Frozen latkes waiting for you after you go to the dentist today. Have your crown put back on. It popped off yesterday. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, well, it is. It is 2 days to Hanukkah, which is the Jewish version of Christmas. So yeah, we're gonna have fun as well. Spinning tops, eating potato latkes, potato pancakes, having an absolute ball. You know what, Denise? Everybody tries to fix me up. Seriously, everybody fixes me up. So yeah, I can handle it. I've been calling Denise Bonnie. Well, actually, no. Bonnie is there as Facebook user. That is Bonnie. Denise is Bone-Tired Travellers. Dwayne is hubby. Good on you. Thanks for that, Denise. Would love to meet the two of you. I mean, I've seen your picture on Jimmy's photos, but I'd love to meet the two of you at some point. It would be great. All right, so give you an idea of what's happening down under. We've got some ships in town. Currently in Brisbane. We are now on the 6th, coming into the 7th. So today we had the Quantum of the Seas. Tomorrow is Ponant Le Soleil coming into Brisbane, and that's going to be one of those cruises that is going to be sort of like a circumnavigation around Australia. They do some amazing cruises there. In Melbourne, we had today nothing. Yesterday we had the Nordam. Tomorrow we're going to have Pacific Explorer, and also, sorry, I beg your pardon, Friday we're going to have Pacific Explorer and the Viking Orion, both coming in. So that's going to be awesome. And then Resilient Lady will be here on Saturday. The Resilient Lady was in Sydney yesterday and today, I believe. And so they'll be setting sail, or are on sale right now, heading down towards good old sunny Melbourne. So that's fun in the sun. So anyway, I'm looking for the schedule, which is right over there. Okay, so today we had nothing. Yeah, Resilient Lady was still in. They were at the passenger terminal. They came in on Monday. They've been here for the last couple of days and will be sailing out tomorrow from the overseas passenger terminal. Viking Orion came in and docked at White Bay on yesterday, and then the Seabourn Odyssey is going to go into the Eden Cruise Wharf, which is awesome. Then Brilliance of the Seas will be in on Friday in Sydney at the overseas passenger terminal. So that's going to be amazing. Lots of good shipping. Oh, Seabourn Odyssey out of White Bay Cruise Terminal on Friday as well. Looks like a third ship, which is at the Athol Bay Anchorage, which means that it's just sitting out in the middle of Sydney Harbour, and passengers are being tended in and out, and that's going to be the Quantum of the Seas. So that's on Friday, and then probably. Ooh, Saturday's exciting. Celebrity Edge goes into the overseas passenger terminal at Sydney and docks in there. So that'll be the first major occurrence here in Oz for the Celebrity Edge. All right, so let's have a look. Denise says she'd love to meet us too. Yep, that's going to be awesome. Joe is saying, I saw my first Western Star truck today. It was a 48X, a wholly Australian New Zealand model only. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Bonnie is saying she saw the Quantum of the Seas on Pippa Madden's Facebook page. Yeah, Pippa is in Brisbane, and so she gets to see Quantum of the Seas coming into Brisbane, and that's I think that's where she basically is. And does everything from there. That's where her show is. Najuma, welcome aboard, Najuma. Nice to have you here. And you got a couple of people saying g'day to you. One being Joe, and one being Denise from Bone Tired Travellers. Okay, so just to give you a heads up, Denise, and Najuma, we were talking about Christmas Down Under, barbecues on the beach. What have you guys got planned for Chrissy? What are you doing? Are you who are you spending time with? And if you're cruising, what ship are you on? Tell us all the nitty-gritties. I already know what Joe's doing. He's having a really... And Halfwit, what are you doing in NZ if you're still in the chat? Give you an idea of what's happening helping hands-wise. So 19 days to Christmas and 25 days to New Year's. Then Amy does her group cruise in 319 days. Now, for those who may or may not be aware, Amy's actually going to be coming up on our chat on Friday night at 10 p.m. So if you're interested to hear about her group cruise, which is going out on the 21st of October, she's coming in to give us a chat about her cruise going out, and not only that, she'll be on the Carnival Breeze, but more importantly, she's got a recipient on board, and we hope to have that recipient also in the chat, a lady by the name of Roxanne. So we're going to have Roxy on board, hopefully, and Amy on board. So please stay tuned for or please come in. Don't forget, come on in to the live stream on Friday night at 10 p.m. That is, for those on our side of the pond, that is 2 p.m. Melbourne time. So there we go. Also, after that, in 393 days, the Ducks do a cruise. And I'll put on that video shortly, but I know that there's some people in the chat, so let me say g'day. Najuma is saying that her usual is hanging with the grandkids around Christmas time. So that's awesome. Joe is saying there are 3 models in the Western Star X series. The 47X Cummins L9 Standard on Aegis. Detroit DD13 Prime Mover. And 48X Detroit DD13 Standard, Detroit DD16 Optional, and 49X Detroit DD16 Only. So the Cummins and the Detroits are engines, folks, and those are diesel engines which go into trucks. So a person has a choice of buying the Prime Mover, and they can put whatever engine they like in there. So that's what Joe is referring to. Denise is working Christmas Eve, get off Christmas morning, time with the family that evening. Christmas with the grandkids and kids won't be until December the 30th. Well, what a way to bring in the new year, I guess, because then you're going to spend as much time as you can. Would I be correct? Denise is saying that she found out last night that her daughter is expecting a boy in June. Second grandson for the next year. Well, congratulations. That will be 5 grandkids. Oh my goodness. Denise, you work in a hospital, right? And you more than anybody should know that I would suggest take the pill, because the amount of grandkids you're having is just incredible. So you can stop. Shut up, Sean. Shut up, Sean. That was exactly. OMG. Joe is saying 2 of the big 3 heavy diesel engine manufacturers. Well. Good morning, Scott. What are you doing up at this time of the morning? Well, it's time of the evening here. It's 8:22 or 20:22 p.m. our time. Mate, what are you doing up this early in the morning? I hope you have a glorious day. Or okay, let's be honest. Has Amber come home and given you the nudge, nudge, wink, wink look? No, shut up, Sean. Joe is saying g'day to Scotty. Scotty is going back at Joe. Denise is having the giggle. Thank you. Najuma saying g'day to Scott. And Scott's saying g'day to Najuma. And the next excuse, he's working. Well, that's cool, mate. I'm glad. At least the coffers are filling up. And you guys are going on a cruise in the near future. Which cruise was that? I believe your cruise was coming up fairly close. So, if that's the case, well, mate, I think you're going to have an absolutely great time. Well, let me bring this up. It's time, I think, that you guys all get to feel what it's like coming on the cruise that we've got on the 2nd of January 25 to the South Pacific. Come have a look. Folks, that is our fantastic group cruise that we're going on. We're going to be having an absolute ball. We had a bit of a technical issue while the video was on, and I was hoping that nobody would notice, and I was correct. Nobody did notice, so that's great. So I'm not going to tell you what the technical issue was, but suffice it to say, we're back with you, so that's great. Okay, Denise. We had a water leak on Monday. We'll spend today trying to get all the water out of the car. Oh my goodness me. That sucks. Really, that sucks. Scotty, April the 20th, 24 on the Carnival Sunshine out of Charleston, South Carolina with Rayleigh Korea. Oh my God. Scotty, I feel sorry for you. Listen, mate. If I were you, I would spend as much time with Mallory as I possibly could. That Blaine guy, he will corrupt you. Really corrupt you. G'day, Sharon. How are you? How are you doing? I'm hoping that you're feeling so much better. You were in a sorry state of affairs on the weekend, and I hope that everything is moving in the right direction. Nice to have you on board. And I hope you've been feeling our prayers that have been coming your way. Nice to have you here. Please, please, everybody put some prayers together for Sharon. Her sister's not doing too well. So, yep. Glad you could make it this morning. I know I've been told that today is going to be an amazing day. So please, please enjoy it. So Joe's saying good day to Sharon. All right, there we go, Scotty. I know, right? Me and Blaine on a cruise ship. What could happen? Well, it's not so much as you and Blaine. It's that bloody Blaine. That's the trouble. I mean, yes, you need to spend time with Mallory, to be honest, because Mallory is the sane intelligence. Blaine, on the other hand, he could lead you up any garden path, truthfully. I mean, seriously. Just kidding. Great couple. They are a great couple. All right, Sharon is saying, Sean, the biopsy lady lied to my sister. Oh, my gosh. Yes, she has cancer, but it hasn't spread. The doctor told my sister that the biopsy lady should keep her damn mouth shut. Oh, my God. Well, I'm so glad the prayers worked, and I am sorry for your sister's mental state based on that. And yes, thank goodness the doctor has some sense. So I'm really excited for you. Please send our best wishes and tell your sister that hey, we're all praying. Good morning to Joe. Joe is saying, I'm going to head off. Mum's going to bed and she'll need a fan. A fan? I'm a mum's fan. Okay, sorry, Joe. Mate, you have a good night. I hope tomorrow's a much more pleasant day and you have an exciting time. So take care, buddy. Good night, Joe. From Denise. Scott is saying, while we were on the Pride, I stole a shamrock off someone's door. Let me guess, the shamrock was on Blaine's door? Is that right? I won't tell anybody, I promise. Hey, everybody! No, I won't tell, promise. Sharon is saying good night to Joe. Scott is saying praying for you and your family. Denise, Scott, everyone had a blast putting upside down pineapples on our door. You too, Denise. Is it true then that you got together with what was her name? Clocky's wife. Is it Kimberly? Is that her name? Kim. Is Kim her name? So you had a good time with Kim? Okay. Yeah. Clock is the worst. All right. Sharon is saying, Sean, I want you to know, do you think we could sue for negligence? To be honest, Sharon, I don't know about U.S. law, but in Australia we would certainly make some sort of comment. Scotty's saying, laugh out loud. That was funny, Denise. Yes, Denise, sorry, it is Ricky. How does Ricky put up with Clocky? I don't know. Hey, that rhymes. Ricky and Clocky. Yeah, well, good old Clocky, I don't know. So Sharon, truth be known, I would not have a clue in U.S. litigation, and I don't want to make a thing out of it. I reckon if I were you, I would go and get some legal advice. Just see. But I mean, geez, it would put anybody into a state of depression and discomfort. Anyway, let's get back to the cruises that are up there that are being associated with Helping Hands. So we've got the Ducks cruise, and you saw that. In exactly 556 days, Bruce will be running his Ocean to Ocean group cruise, and that is going to go, so the Ocean to Ocean group cruise goes from Seattle up to Alaska, and I believe it's on the Norwegian Encore, so that's going to be an awesome cruise. Let's see, Sharon is saying that she's been told that lady should absolutely lose her job. Well, yeah, it's not her place. Denise is saying, Sharon, no basis for a lawsuit. Sorry. I guess it's one of those times when you've just got to... I hate to say this. I hate to sound really trite, but it's one of those times where you've got to learn to live with it, I guess. The good news is she's around, and she's around for a lot longer, so... she's not as sick as everybody thought she was. That's the good news. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, and we're still waiting on some info, and hopefully that info should be clarified, the Rock and Roll Group Cruise is still going ahead. It will be ahead in some short-term time, round about the time frame we mentioned, somewhere around the November 2025 time period, and we're not exactly sure when, because we're waiting on news from the cruise lines as to which ship. No, we're not like that that cruise line that was doing the 3-year group cruise. We don't have to buy a ship. All we got to do is wait until a cruise line gives us a good rate. So that's what we're waiting on at the moment. Scott, Meg told us that she was doing the shamrock hunt. I thought I found her one, but little did I know you had to take a picture of a paper with the shamrock number on it, not an actual shamrock. OMG. But then Meg is known for giving certain types of information. I mean, Meg has got to be the best moderator out there. Well, there's a really good competition between her and Danny as to who's the better. I won't say better. Which moderator is the most adored? Well, I'd be in trouble because I love them both. They're both great moderators, and they help us on our chat and on our channel and make life really easy. Okay, so stream elements, they've been popping up every now and then. I better give them a go. Welcome to Hump Day with the Down Under Cruisers. Please support our channel so that we can support Helping Hands for Cruising. Okay, so... and yes, the good news is Amy's cruise we're going to have a recipient. Hopefully on the Ducks cruise we'll have a recipient. Hopefully on Ocean to Ocean's group cruise there will be a recipient. And then on the Rock and Roll group cruise, when that happens, we're looking at putting on possibly 5 recipients. So we need a bucket load of money to be able to do it. So anybody in the US, please use the US QR code. Anybody on our side of the pond, please use the AUD, the Australian QR code. because what will happen is the funds will come in their respective currencies, and then we can get that distributed to the relevant cruise lines. Okay, so Scotty, what is the ship that you're going on, and what is the itinerary? Because you have said that. Let me just get back up to you. Let me just go back up there. Scotty is saying that. Let me go back up. There we go. 22nd of April on the Sunshine out of Charleston. Where's that ship going? And is Charleston? Is that the first time Charleston has used has had a cruise line in there? Sharon is saying, thank you, Denise and Sean, but I'm going to see a lawyer and get some advice. Well, that is the best thing you could do. Go and see somebody and get some advice. See what they say. Scotty's saying Meg was an awesome ambassador for Helping Hands for Cruising. Sean, we will have a video for you and HH4C this weekend. How do I need to get that to you? Scotty, you can do that via email, or if you want, just jump onto the website. That's www.helpinghands4cruising.org, and if you put that up in there's a link for you to be able to send a video across. Let me just see. There we go. Here we go. The Stream Elements has come good. Check out the Helping Hands for Cruising website, www.helpinghands4cruising.org, and in there is where the links are that you're going to send any videos to. Now, if you know of somebody that you think deserves a cruise, that is, they've never been on a cruise before, they're either down on their luck, or they're the carer of somebody who's disabled, or they're disabled themselves, send us a video wherein you will nominate those people to come on board a cruise ship. If unfortunately they cannot be family members, they have to be somebody else. Otherwise, if we allow for family members and so forth, then it becomes a little bit on the shady side. So put together a video and get that up to the board. The board will have a look at it. They'll go yes or no. They'll do some preliminary investigations into the person, and then what do you know, voila, if that person meets all the criteria, they will get on board the cruise ship with us, and that will be absolutely magic. So that's how you get a video up, and it will be absolutely amazing. All right, now the same thing is, you've got a recipient, or you are hosting a cruise. Do the same thing. Put up a video, tell us why you think you deserve to host a cruise for a Helping Hands for Cruising recipient. We get some funds together, we get that cruiser on board, and voila, they're out there having fun. All you got to do is just ask Kenny. It changes lives, let me tell you. Kenny went on his first cruise. He saw things he never saw in his life. He tasted foods he'd never tasted in his life. And there we are. He's now a changed man. And the people who were on the cruise with him, their lives were changed as well. I can tell you that inaugural group cruise was absolutely amazing. And I believe that, now, what's significant about Amy's group cruise is that it is actually 2 years to the date. Well, the inaugural cruise would have been coming back into Miami on the 23rd of October. Amy's cruise leaves on the 21st of October. So it's within the 2-year period, and that will be absolutely exciting. Unfortunately, we will not be able to go on that cruise, and for that we're upset. Okay, so Scott is saying the cruise is going to St. Thomas, San Juan, Amber Cove with 2 sea days. Carnival has used Charleston, but unfortunately their contract is up and Charleston is not renewing it. So what? Charleston are going to forego the cruise funds, or is there another cruise line going in there in its place? And that would be awesome if they kept it going. It would be amazing. 2024 is the last year Carnival will be sailing out of Charleston. So who else is going into Charleston after that? Have they made it too expensive, or is Charleston sort of turning around and going, no, we don't want any cruise ships? There's a few ports like that. In case you are not aware, the Melbourne, our hometown, Melbourne Cruise Port, they've raised the port fees by 15%. So I believe if a ship was coming in, it would cost the ship something like $28 per person on the cruise ship in port fees. But now they've put the price up. As of the 1st of January, the price goes to $35 per person, I believe. So that's quite a significant hike, and so Carnival are removing all their ships in the 2025 season. Apparently, that's when the Port Authority here are looking at updating Station Pier. Station Pier is where the cruise ships come on in, and really the cruise port needs some good updating. It looks really tight. It looks like a shed. So they're looking at updating it, and that's going to be when it should be updated, apparently. Now, Carnival are revising their circumstance with cruise ships coming into Melbourne, and I believe Virgin are as well. So if Melbourne Ports doesn't have any cruise ships coming in, there will be a great deal of stink to kick up. Scotty is saying that Helping Hands for Cruising changed their thoughts on cruising. Heck, we're going on our second cruise in April. We're talking about doing a cruise a year now. Wow, Scotty. Well, then you and I, mate, have got to find some time to cruise together. Maybe the rock and roll cruise, because we'll make our way out to the U.S. for that one. So, maybe you can join us on that one. That's going to be around about November 2025. See if you guys can do it. That would be awesome. I need a hug. Excuse me. Okay, so there you go, folks. That's pretty much news. I mean, we've got cruise ships leaving Sydney and Brisbane, so you never know. Scotty's saying, not sure if the bad blood is from Charleston or Carnival. Not sure if any other cruise line will be taking it over. That's Blaine's neck of the... Oh, no, okay. We actually need to blame Blaine, right? That's a tongue twister. We need to blame Blaine for that issue, because I'm pretty sure he went in there and caused some issues. Knowing Blaine, he'd do that kind of thing. Yeah, no, I'm joking. But at the end of the day, it would be a real shame for Charleston to lose all those funds. But then again, you know what? We're doing the same in Melbourne, but we're doing it for another reason. We're revamping, so once it's done, then we'll get the cruise ships back. We'll have a bigger, better place, and what do you know? Fun in the sun. cruising out of Melbourne, across to New Zealand. Going over Bass Strait is the most difficult. But there you go. It's all fun. Yeah, Scott agrees. It's all good to him and it's all Blaine's fault. Yeah, let's keep it that way. Okay, so at this particular point in time, plans for our Christmas time is I'm going to spend a lot of it working, because if I don't work, then our cruise at the in January of 2025 will be that little bit more difficult for me to actually achieve. So we're doing that 4-letter word, and you don't even get a choice in the middle. You know, you've got the or in the middle. Starts with W, ends in K. Work. There we go. Work. Work's not a bad thing, let me say. Denise, you've got just under 15 minutes to be ready and headed out for work, if that's what you're supposed to be doing. But I'm just looking at the time. 47. No, it's 20:47. So there we go. All right, so Scott is saying November we could make that happen. Where is that cruise sailing out of in 2025? So at this particular point in time, Scotty, we're still waiting on a cruise ship, rather a cruise line, but it will be around the November time frame, and could very well be out of Florida. That's all I know at this point. The ship could be going out of Florida, and not sure where it's headed into. But it will be good fun. It's going to be huge. Apparently, there's going to be two bands on board. One of the bands is going to get to play twice. The bands are cover bands, so there'll be. One will be doing cover for Pink Floyd, and the other one will be doing cover for, I believe it's The Who. Not really sure, but we'll find out closer to the time. It's going to be an amazing cruise. What can I say? People like myself are going to be on board. People like Ross from Orange Cone Vlogs is going to be on board. Bruce is going to be on board from Ocean to Ocean. Anybody who's anybody in the YouTube world will be on board that ship. That means you, Scott. So get on board. It's going to be fun. Fun in the sun. Denise is saying they're leaving at 4:30, taking him to work. Taking Dwayne to work. What does Dwayne do that he gets up at God knows what time in the morning? As we call it here, sparrow fight time. Because don't the sparrows get up this early to start flying around? Or maybe not in your case, because that's winter. It's too freaking cold for sparrows. Anyway, it is what it is. So that's Christmas Day. Christmas Day will be pretty much around the home fires. New Year's Eve, we traditionally what we do on New Year's Eve is Ilana and I go over to my mum and dad's, and maybe we even have a couple of our mates come over as well. My mum and dad have a bunch of their mates. Dad is 87, mum's 85, and so, or 84. And what they do is they generally have all their mates over, and we help out. We have a barbie and a free feed, so there we go. So we're busy planning for that barbecue. Denise is saying that he works in the Department of Transportation, and it's unusual today. He usually goes in at 7. You generally work nights, though, don't you, Denise? So you would be probably finishing work round about when he goes in, correct? Okay, Scott's saying we'll be in touch and you can fill us in. I heard you had to talk to Amber yesterday. I'm sorry you had to endure that pain. Mate, talking to Amber was okay, only because when I spoke to her, I was talking to her in text. I was not talking to her face to face like we are now. So I was able to endure the pain. But let me say this, I'm not exactly sure what kind of pain you're referring to. Having said that, you know what? It is what it is. So, I mean, talk to me. Get in touch with me anytime you like, and if you want, we can jump on a YouTube chat or a Zoom chat or something like that. See how we go. Denise is saying Dwayne is usually gone when she gets home in the mornings. Yeah, it's like two ships passing in the night, huh? Thank God I don't do shift work anymore. I used to be a chauffeur driver, and I also used to be a cabbie at one point, and we used to pass like ships in the night. But no, we don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I work Monday to Friday with some odd Sunday work. Never work on a Saturday if I can help it, unless I get a specific request and the money is good. Saturday's my downtime. That's why, because the Down Under Cruises YouTube channel is the important bit. For those of you across the pond, it is a Friday night. But for us, it's Saturday afternoon. And so that's the best time for us, because I'm sort of like relaxed, which is really good. I enjoy that. It's the best time of the week. Anyway, folks, I'm going to wish you all a great day today for those that are getting up. For those that are about to hit the hay, like Joe and I, I'm going to say good night and have a great night. We will catch up with you guys on Friday evening. When we see you Friday evening, we will have some fun at 10 p.m. with Amy from Amethyst Hayes on board. And so it's going to... it's going to be awesome. So we will do that. You guys have fun. Scotty is saying that's the best way to talk to Amber. She just said that it was a pleasure to hear from you and that you only had uplifting words of wisdom and comfort for us. Absolutely. That's true. And mate, anytime you wish, please, all you got to do is send us an email or whatever. We'll jump on a Zoom chat and we can have a chat and do that. All right. Denise is saying, have a great day all. Likewise, folks. So's Najuma. Have a great day or evening, everyone. Folks, please take care. Be safe. Enjoy. There's lots of negativity out there. Let's stay positive. Let's teach the world that life is better on the inside. Have a great day. Take care. Catch you on the weekend. Bye now.